Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mule channel, and today I'm doing a review of the Last Gods series. So there's 5 issues out. I have all 5 issues here. This is from DC Black Label, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. Riccardo Federici is arts, and Sunny Go is a colorist. It's the same team on all 5 books. You notice that number 1 is number 1 doesn't have the last god on the, like a big title, because it's I think it's one of the variant covers, and I'm happy that I got that, because that might be worth something one day, because the series is awesome, and I can totally see this being a Netflix TV show, or even like a 2.5-hour movie. They even made a character in the series that looks almost exactly like The Rock. The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, could be like an easy fill-in for this character. And like Vin Diesel could be like one of the characters as well. Like, it's very funny how that works. But what this is like kind of like, what is it? It's like Lord of the Rings, almost like Shadow of Mordor, kind of like, I don't know, high fantasy, I think they call it. And it's a really great series. I really enjoyed reading them. I just finished reading number 5. So I'm going to try and go in sequential order here. And we'll do like a quick review. So what I like about this book is the writing is really good by Philip Kennedy Johnson, but the art by Riccardo Federici is amazing. This is a high quality book. I think, what's the cover price? It's blurry. $4.99. I think every issue is $4.99. So it is it's like a premium comic book. But that's so much better than reading some just average comic book. But the first issue is just setting the scene. It's just really good art. And there's probably gonna be a lot of glare in this, but in this book, we don't do 20 kind of time traveling jumps, but in the next 4 books there are some. But this is this day our king, people of Tyrgolad, I think that's it. All hail King Tyr, Godslayer. So telling a story about how King Tyr slayed the last god. And you notice how the women they look hot, which you don't see that in about, I don't know, 80% of comics these days. But all hail King Tyr, they're all happy about King Tyr. And then so there's a gladiator fight. It's hard to read with this glare. See too, your honored gladiators who shed their blood to tell the tale of our heroes. See Hakan the shamed, once the greatest of Tyr's allies. In the moment his treachery is laid bare. See as this foul servant of the void betrays our savior and falls. See now as Tyr faces his greatest foe, Mul-Ultep, the god in the void. So Mul-Utep is, well, as I said, the god in the void. He's stuck in the void, and we'll go into that. That's more about issue 4 and 5. They talk about that more. So they're talking about the gladiator fight, but the king gets all sick. You see, he's kind of sick here, and like all the characters look like kind of that like vintage look. Conan the Barbarian era kind of stuff. And see here, the king is getting all sick. Why is he getting sick? Because it's the 30-year anniversary of what is it? There's like the fall of the last kingdom, and then there's the void. What was his name? Mol Utep. He lives in the void. So this is the character. I swear that looks like the Rock. Did they not make this character just for the Rock? Like, anyway, see, the king has a breakdown. It's like the 30th anniversary of that incident. So he's the false god. Now he's all sick, and we get to see him at the end. Like that. Look at that. That's the Rock. If that's not the Rock, I don't know. You know, they made that just for the Rock. So, okay, the king is sick, and then nightfall. Look at this. I love the coloring on this. We clearly go from day to night just in the coloring of the book. Awesome. And then there's like, this book has like swearing in it, and then like, so we get this like, the Swamp Thing kind of like, you know, tentacles, whatever, killing all these people. And then one of the main characters is here. His name is Avinder. He's the one who won the gladiator fight. And he is, he's that guy there who kind of looks like, I don't know, young Brad Pitt if he had long hair. Like, it seems like all these characters, they just got like, they looked up actors. This is Avinder. Avinder. He's the main character, one of the main characters. He kind of makes it through the book. He reminds me of Conan the Barbarian. Anyway, they see like, you know, a dog eating a smaller dog. It's like, what the hell? And then the fortress is on fire. So the main castle, whatever, is on fire. Look at the dialogue here. Slaves, your king's homes burn. Could be an ale of attack. Gold twists to any slave who can carry a bucket or spear. So they're trying to get these gladiator strong men to help them out. And then Aelva is like the elves. Or like, yeah, there's ferrymen, and then there's the Aelva, which is like the elves. And again, we get great coloring that sets the scene of how the palace is on fire. The Rock character's name is Valko. And then this is his mom, the one with the kind of shaved bob. I know this glare is crazy, and this is actually nice paper. It's the nice DC paper as well. Not the like trash Marvel paper. So we get again the flower of the dead, like the tree barks like going through everybody. And then we get the last reveal at the end where the king is like Swamp Thing basically. We have to return to the Black Stair. So the Black Stair is where Mol Utep is in the void. And that's how they think they're gonna beat the flower virus thing. So, and then they have this little like kind of story and paper story in the back of each issue. And they have this really nice map. I like it a lot. It's a great add to any kind of book where you're not really kind of jumping locations. So that's 9 minutes, and we're only in the first end of the first book. This is probably going to be a long video. Okay, so in book 2, now we can do some time traveling. So the axe means it's 30 years ago. Age of Overgallad. So this is the young king, right? He looks young there. So I believe they're at the Black Stairs here. Look at this art. Freaking, I love it. I wish this guy would draw like Nightwing or Batgirl or something. It'd be sweet. So that beginning was just kind of they find I guess I'll hold it up maybe. They find two bodies or two people hiding in the back. What happened here? Where'd all the others go? They took her mother, but she ain't gone. She's here. Ah, what was that? Sounded like roll R. It's too late. And then we cut to present day where they're still fighting that king who is like Swamp Thing now. And like the queen, what was her name? Damn it. There's a lot of characters. Cyanth is the queen. She's like, a middle-aged queen here. She shoots an arrow into the king's eyeball. That's awesome. And yeah, we just continue. Big fight. The art is just striking. I mean, look at that. Look at the king's mouth. Fuck. I think it's this book where my favorite thing happens. Okay, but we have, so the Aelva can do magic as well. So he's got, or she's got some magic. And he's Cyanth. We have lived through too much to die today. Hey, wait. Take me with you. She's hurt. Bring a horse quickly. Oh, what was those things? And we cut back because we got the axe. We're going back. God, and they're in the swamp, like underwater fight. What the fuck? This book is amazing. These 5 issues are amazing. If you don't want it spoiled, I would stop right here and just buy it. All 5 issues if you can find it. Might be a little rare because I think they each sold maybe 20,000 or less issues, so it might be pretty rare. But look at this like underwater fight. And let me go present day. This one guy gets, look at this guy's got like a root coming out of his face. What the hell? And so she's talking to her son, Valko. She says, "Not you, Valko. Stay with our people in Chakatala Tuo. Stay, I am less a ferryman than these others. As ferryman king, I speak for all the Elven nation. As your mother, Valko, I speak for you most of all. Do not follow us." So Valko is staying behind, and he's supposed to protect the ferrymen who are left. Because he's like part ferryman, I believe. And then, I always get mixed up with the axe. Okay, the axe is past. The axe is before. The crown is today because they, they're in their current, in Tyrgrad. I always get confused. I'm actually going to skip some pages because I haven't been shown, I think, too much. Just going to show the last page of this book. So it says, so they say, Vaiko, where are you? What is this place? I do not recognize it. I found you not 4 leagues from here. Tyre, we should never have left this place. We have crossed the river, hidden in the mountains, left Canaan to the dead. Might even have followed the river to the sea and sailed west, but we chose east. I'm sorry, little wren, but he's not through with us. Dun, 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 dun. Same thing. There's like story and a map in the back. So we're on to issue 3. Again with the axe 30 years ago in Ulvargolad. And this is the young queen with Tyre. So this is the future king and queen are together here. And her dad had left the party. And she's like, Dad, I'm sorry, please come back. Abandoned by her only family. Dad! Present day, and we got some ass. We got some ass? Again, this art. I know there's a couple asses in here, but oh, brightness way too high. Dun, 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 dun. So they're headed out. Yeah, this one's got some like magic chicanery. And then they see this, this is in the past, so they see this giant beast. Oof, you're a fucking ferryman. Since when do Ursula and Elva, it was hunting party. Perhaps they felt its mate. Can you kill it? No. And we have those hunters sent on us now. If we don't find shelter before nightfall, the Ursuline will kill us all. Will kill us. And then we're in present day with the crown, which I think is more interesting being in present day. They did a little too much flashbacks for my liking in this book. So this is Avinder, the mother of the Elven, Dwayne Johnson, and then and the Queen. The Queen is here. Because this is all your fault. The last told us of your 30 years ago. Mol Ultev said that the day we saw his sins made flesh, a true crown hidden by a false one of gold, that he would return. And then day, there you are, dressed up as Tyr the Warrior King, reading all of his old lies back to him, wearing a crown of yellow tin. Vika was a fool to bring you along. You were chosen by Mol Utep to bring about the end of this world. Every step you could take by his design. If you would honor Tyr's memories, stay away from the Black Stare. You're insane. All my life you were my heroes. Thank you for this lesson. Wait, something on the bridge. And then there's like a demon there holding a baby. So they're on the bridge, they're going forward, and then they get attacked again. They get attacked by that beast that they saw earlier, who is just protecting its youngin', as we see there. And the queens, got motherly instincts. But then they're like, Cam, what happened? What's going on with that demon thing down there? Hail, Godslayers. Hail, Queen Mother. God's glare is crazy. All gods speak through their children. The dead are mine. It does me good to see you again, girl. The writing is awesome. Yes, I do not understand why you have come, but last you marched east, you had little enough hope. Now there is none at all. The Fae are gone. Your Northman is gone. You carry no weapons, but instruments of your own destruction. You wear crowns of my making. You wear them to my purpose. Like how it's all dark. All the art is dark. And yours is but the kingdom of the dead. Behold, your retinue. You are mine already. The mind games begin. Then Avinder falls off the bridge as they're getting attacked by this dragon. Oh boy. And things pick up with issue 4. If you're still watching, thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching. I know we're about 20 minutes in. I just read this issue number 4. And we start with, like, a monster eating a monster. Come on, bro. God, my cat scares me sometimes. Okay. Okay, we're 30 years ago. Sorry, I have to keep focusing this because the glare and the paging. Okay, 30 years ago, age of Olivergrad. They're in the tomb with the mage there, the elven mage. Gray, that's his name? He's my big beautiful Gray, aren't we lovin'? That's her that's the queen's Cyanth's pet. And then they get to this like altar. These things are still alive? How can they be? One of our necromancers did this. Slaughtered us, trapped us in our own dead flesh. Please don't leave me like this. I can help you. It was Becker, Grand Master of the Guild, Eldritch, Master of the Pinnacle. You came looking for plunder, yes. Free my servant and me, and I will lead you to the only weapon that can destroy the flowering dead. You may have come here as scavengers. It's a talking head. And then we fast forward to present day. You can leave as saviors. Evinder, you are but a child to me, little witch. Your weapons are beneath me. And your weapons are beneath my notice. See how she, I don't know, threw a knife, dagger in the head of that thing? Vaco, no. So yeah, the mom's name is Vaco. You're alone now, girl. Your flesh is my vessel, mine to command, as is your mate's. Something weird happens where she links hand with Evinder. She puts like a dagger in both their hands, and then she throws that dagger back at the beast in the head, and then it's like an explosion. I wish they explained that a little more. It's like a big explosion, and then they're saved. They're still in the bridge, and this guy says, "You are safe, Your Grace. You are now under the protection of the Guild Eldritch." Again, I can totally see this being a Netflix TV show like The Witcher or something. Welcome to the Pinnacle. So they're inside the Pinnacle. They're on their way to the Black Stairs to try and end this flowering dead problem. And then we're in past again, where we have the talking head, and then they open up a passage to this kind of deadly looking area. Again, the coloring is great. It just sets the scene. Get out of here, buddy. And talking about the flower ebon snare and don't need sunlight. I didn't get too close. What is this? The weapon that can kill the flowering dead is on the other side of that door. What is the weapon you spoke of? The spirit of faith itself. The spirit that faith carried into the dark beyond to hunt Nagafire daughter. The weapon that saved all of mankind. Can that be true? We'll find out. Let's go. Get the thing done. It's not that simple. This door leads to another plane of existence. Such a door requiring an offering, a sacrifice of living elven flesh. You found a weapon that will kill the flowering dead. I'm gonna fast forward a couple pages. We have Vaco and Evinder just talking about what happened on the bridge. And then we get the Rock. The Rock is back. Vaco, the Rock is back. And then, so Vaco finds out that Vaco, her son, messed up at the castle, and all the ferrymen all died, and she freaking slaps him. And then we get this old guy showing up. He says, "Come now, don't gawp. Surely I don't look that different. I suppose I do." It's a guy from before. So, and then it's revealed that this head is all this. The purple eyes of the head are like not true. So this person says, "You believe that you've been talking to dead all this time? There is no spear of faith. There's no evil necromancer animated this corpse. Our little bookend is doing that." So it's revealed that the queen, the future queen, is doing it. And Tyra says, "You little liar. No, it's not true. No. You idiots. He was infected when I contained him without that bracelet." So she's saying that the bracelet like subdued his power. And now that head is going to become the flower of death. So that's where the flower of death kind of came from, was that head. Let me go present day. The old guy's name is Skull. Skull, you look. What was happened to you? Firm tits and smooth skin are only ever a burden in this place. I spend my youth on something worthwhile. Skull, we're come because we need you. You and the forces you command. We're going back to the Black Stair and we'll need you. The guide eld. Yes, I know. You need every strapping knight and sorcerer we have. But I've got something far better. Enter. And see how he's like got disdain for her? We'll see that play off in the next issue. He says, I call it Schiff. Hello. This is like, so this woman at the bottom, she's like a robot basically. And then we get the last book. This is a really good one, this last book. If you got issues 4 and 5, you'd probably be able to understand the story. You don't probably need all 5, but all 5, I guess you get the full, and they like recap it here anyway. But if you got all 5 issues, you get like, you understand the whole series. So here we are in the past where they needed elven flesh, so she cut herself with a knife, but it rejects her, and the woman, Science, says, I needed your blood, yes, but this is the pinnacle. Only human commands carry weight here. So they're setting up some lore for the world. And it's a very beautiful place here in the pinnacle. And then we go back to present day. Again, there's a lot of skipping. Nothing really going on in that page. So we have a kind of a disagreement between Avinder and the Rock character, Vako. Avinder is like defending this Schiff, the woman here. What I don't like is she looks exactly like the queen, Cyanth. I wish she was like blonde or something, made her look different. But Schiff is like a made up, kind of like a drone, I would say, like a made up person. She looks real, but she's not. And Avinder is like defending her. Well, Vako is like very offensive about it. He's like, a fool with a little Aven blood who hates his own kind, a pet of the Ferryman King, a coward, and then something happens. The old man's got a hold of oh no, sorry. Oh, I spoiled a future event. She said, Schiff says, I'm sorry, I can't let you hurt each other. It's not time for that. So she separates them. See how they're all angry? She separates them. And then we get some backstory on what the hell is going on with the Mol Utep. So they're basically saying that Angluthia is God. And then you kind of go down this path here of word blurbs. Basically, they're saying that Angluthia created life, and that's the god. That's the god, and then Angluthia had these children. One day the children of Angluthia were in the mountains of Eastern Reach, a place called the Fells, where they had been many times before, but this time they found a thing they had not seen before, a thing that Angluthia had not made, a black stair carved into the mountainside. So they find the mountainside that becomes the black stair, and then they're going down. The woman is leading them down the black stair, and they're still kind of bickering and arguing. And then we get, we go to a different scene where we have the queen with Vaco and the old guy. I forgot his name, Skull. But Skull kind of turns on them. He says, is you Cyanth? Skull, put her down, Skull. She has void magic in her, Vaco. I felt it as soon as I saw her again. When it suits the purpose, Molotep will make her his puppet. He may be controlling her even now. So he's kind of scared of her power. And again, we go back to the Angluthia as the creator of life, and she basically fights Molotep. And she dies, or like he or she, I guess, Angluthia dies, and then Molotep takes over. And like, I read what it says there. In time, when Anthia's brothers and sisters died in turn, they would pass essence onto new creatures, some by their wills, others against it. In this way were the other great races of Cain and Adam born, each bearing the gifts of their maker, and all the while Molotep watched hatefully from the void, trapped beyond the fell's power within, burned the heart of Angluthia. Molotep resolved that one day he would too bear children, born of the broken, twisted corpse of his kin. So Molotep is the villain. I think we're going to explore that maybe in the future issues. Okay, I kind of spoiled that. Whoops. Okay, we're in present day. We got Avinder and Dwayne The Rock Johnson are with the woman, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson says, "You're a liar. No Aelva would serve the guild. Your people have such amazing power in them. The guild couldn't do half the things we do without the Aelva." He says, "We will see." And then she opens the door, and then the Aelvin Dwayne The Rock Johnson says, "Just a young girl, yes. The guild just wants to help us and care for us, yes." And then we get what's going on with the guild. Shafe, what is this? The power serve the guild. They're helping us save the... Is Valka right about the guild? About you? Are you a monster? All magic requires sacrifice. In the end, our own sacrifice will be greater than theirs. Don't you know that? Stupid little slag. And she gets shot from behind. But all the bodies in here are all Aelvin. And this like machine or whatever the hell this is like taking their life force from them. So the Aelvin guy is really mad, and he's and like Skull kind of looks like the Emperor Palpatine there. Tell me again, Mother, how we must be patient with the humans, how we must wait for our time. Come help us set these poor Frenches free. Valko, rein in your... And then Skull says, "Rein in your spawn, Valko, or I will swear I'll kill him." Valko, don't. And then there's kind of a fight. And we end the last page with kind of a preview of the next issue. Molotep resolved that one day he too would bear children, born of the broken, twisted corpse of his kin, and that through them all the works of Angluthia would be torn down. So Angluthia is like, it's like the god, Jesus, and then they're making Molotep to be like, Hades or something. That's pretty wild. So it says book 1, so I'm guessing that there's going to be a future... I'm going to guess this is like volume 1 of a trade paperback. I think they're going to end on 5 issues, but maybe they might make a 6. I'm not sure. But anyway, this is the video, 34 minutes, pretty long video. Overall, this series out of 10, I would give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It's a really awesome. I wish it was like a TV show or a movie or something. They could totally do celebrity casting for this. It's really good. The Last God. You should check it out. DC Black Label. Go to your local comic shop, see what they have for the issues. And I'm really pleased with this one. I'm really impressed by the art by Riccardo Federici. I'm going to look for more of his stuff. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. I do comic reviews every week, as well as other content that you'll love. So please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.